Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry that I didn't do this review sooner. I just was sleeping till like 10:30ish this morning, and then I just got up a few hours ago. But this is actually for the next Marathon Studio album review that I'm doing for Dream Theater's next album, which is for their 2003 album Train of Thought that I just got done listening to just now. Which I've just finished listening to it. So I'm gonna discuss what I listened to for this uh Dream Theater album, Train of Thought. Sorry if I lost my train of thought for a moment, and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, I really enjoyed all 7 songs. They were really excellent, and this album impressed me with how good the instrumentation is, the production, and the execution lands perfectly for this album. This might actually get a very good score. Uh, a certain rating. I can't mention the rating yet, but towards the, I guess, closer to the end of the review, maybe. Um, I'll decide to give a score. But As I Am was a really outstanding song. I think it was a pretty long song if I remember correctly. Most of these tracks were like 10 to 14 minutes long. The last song, In the Name of God, was a 14-minute and 14-second song, so it was pretty long. But not as long as the new title track song, A View from the Top of the World. That was like 20 minutes. So, I think Octavarium is probably their longest. But I haven't heard it yet, but I'm gonna be reviewing that album on sorry, my eye is just getting to me for some odd reason. It's so weird. It really weird, honestly. Feels like my eye's burning or something. I might have to take some artificial tears in a little bit. But yeah, to continue on with this review, um This Dying Soul was a very outstanding song. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. It has, I think it's like a continuation from the last song I heard, which was on the last album. I think for, yeah, The Glass Prison. And it's a continuation for number 4 and number 5, which is Reflections of Reality Revisited and Release. So, yeah, that's a continuation from the last album with the last album I reviewed yesterday. If you want to go check that out, I think it's for 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, which I hope you did enjoy that album review. I did what I could to make it as good as possible. Um, but Endless Sacrifice was another great song. But This Dying Soul is one of my personal favorites. I think all of them are my personal favorites. Pretty much. Honor Thy Father. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it at first with how James LaBrie was singing in the song, but it still did very good for what it went for. Instrumentation really lands it, and the execution is pretty swift, so it did very good. So 5 out of 5 for that one. Vacant is the shortest song on the album. It's only less than 3 minutes, but it did really good. It's a piano kind of version, kind of song, so it's not very long, but it still did good. And we get an instrumental right after that, which is Stream of Consciousness. And I really enjoyed that track. And sorry, my nose is stuffy right now. I'm just all kinds of messed up this morning with trying to wake up and all that shit. But Stream of Consciousness was a really outstanding instrumental. I really enjoyed it. You don't hear James Labrie singing in it until the next song, which is In the Name of God. And yeah, I really enjoyed the chorus part of In the Name of God. It really shined with his vocals in that song, and it was very enjoyable. So, yeah, production wise, mixing wise, and execution, this album was fantastic from start to finish. I really enjoyed this album a lot. Didn't think it'd be one of my favorites, but it is one of my favorites. Even though the runtime's a little shorter than the last one was like 96 minutes. And I was like, holy fucking shit, I'm in for a long album. This one's 69 minutes, so it's not that bad, but it still was an outstanding album from start to finish. Overall, I think Dream Theater's Train of Thought album was a really excellent album. Highly recommend you check this out if you haven't heard it. And the next album review will be on the 23rd for Octavarium. Yeah, Octavarium is the next album, if I'm pronouncing the name right. Uh, so yeah, I really enjoyed this album from start to finish. For the runtime it went for, it was really excellent. So for a score, I'm gonna give Dream Theater's Train of Thought album a 10 out of 10. A very awesome album. Highly recommend, like I said, to check this out if you haven't heard it. And you're in for a lengthy album, but yeah, it still was a very well executed album for the runtime it went for. So definitely check this out if you haven't listened to it. Um, yeah, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Dream Theater album Train of Thought if you've heard it. And if you like this album review that I made for you guys, which I'm actually going to be going to work in about an hour from me recording this. But comment below and let me know what you guys thought of this album review if you enjoyed it. Tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you for the Of Mice and Men new track review, Fighting Gravity. And they just announced a new album that's coming out soon, but I'll mention it in my track review. It's probably going to be tonight is when I'll most likely do the track review. Because I don't have time to do it right now. And I gotta finish eating lunch and then get ready for work. So, yeah, I woke up a little late this morning, but I was just waking up in the middle of the night and it was frustrating that I kept waking up in the middle of the night. But hey, um, I've just been having trouble sleeping a bit, some of the time. But I'll probably feel a little better once I get a good night's sleep tonight. But I hope you enjoyed this Dream Theater Train of Thought album review. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible, and I definitely see myself purchasing this album in due time. Probably in next year or something like that. I don't know for sure. I might have another CD collection video coming out soon. I know it's been a while since I've done a CD collection video, but it may happen in the next week sometime. So stay safe, take care. I hope you enjoyed this album review for Dream Theater Train of Thought. And as always, I'll see you in my next review.